$7.4 billion. According to educationdata.org, this is the number of scholarships awarded and does not include federal money or grants. There is a ton of money out there. The challenge for a lot of families is figuring out, well, where can we find this money? How do we access it? There are tons of college scholarship websites out there, but we want to know which ones are worth our time, which ones are reputable. Now, choosing the wrong source can lead you and your student down a wrong path where you're just wasting tons of time. Believe me, I've been there. So in this video, I want to share with you 5 of the currently best websites for finding online scholarships. Now make sure you hit subscribe because every single week I release a new video with a new strategy on helping your student work towards that debt-free degree. Hey there, my name is Jocelyn Pearson, founder of the Scholarship System, where we redefine paying for college to help families build strong financial futures rather than ones buried in debt. Now our primary weapon against student loan debt is this topic, scholarships. This is my bread and butter. In fact, our families have secured well over $10.5 million, and that's not even including this most recent school year, which we're currently tallying up. So you can say that I've been to a few websites here and there. Now, for international students, I do want to say that this is focused on U.S. citizens or those with permanent residency. So this is not necessarily for international students. All right, let's dive in. So one of my first favorites is a long-time website that we go to for many different things, and that is Big Future or College Board. So this is a major player in the college arena when we're talking about information on colleges, SATs, AP classes, university research. There's so much on their website. But one of the things that they do offer is a search database for finding scholarships for students, and it can help because you can really put in some criteria so you can narrow down the search a little bit here versus just going through random lists. Now, one thing I want to note, and this is with all of these websites, is we do want to sift and make sure that we are only focusing on legitimate scholarships. I'll tell you how to identify those in just a moment. I'll give you a free training. Now, the second website is one that I haven't had on lists in the past, and that is CareerOneStop. This is a little bit newer in our opinion compared to some of the others. They focus actually on career exploration, training, and jobs. However, they have a lot of information, including thousands of scholarships on their website. Again, your student can filter based on their level of study, award type, where they live, and other kind of demographics. Now, the third one is JLV College Counseling. This one always makes our list. It is created by a previous admissions counselor, and this is honestly one of my favorites. Now, the thing is, you cannot filter by GPA, SAT, ACT scores, or location, but we find that this has the most amount of legitimate scholarships. So, and the thing is, when we cannot filter, that means that it knocks out some of the competition because a lot of students only want that filterable software where they can just go in, have a list punched out for them. But that also means that those are the websites where a lot of students are going. So this one you will have to sift through. However, the chances of it being legitimate are much higher. Now, I keep mentioning legitimate scholarships versus not. I have an entire video on how to make sure that you do not get scammed and you know how to identify those legitimate versus illegitimate scholarships. So we will link to that in the description, or you should find it popping up somewhere around here. Also, I want to note that I will be sharing a link to a free training where I cover my path and my strategies for how I identified legitimate scholarships as well. So it's under an hour and you'll learn exactly how I find scholarships. And actually, using these websites is one of the last things that I do. So you will definitely want to check out that free training. So again, you should find it somewhere on the screen, but also you'll find the link in the description. Now, the fourth one is tuition funding sources. Now, they tout that they have millions of scholarships, but we found that it narrows down pretty quickly once you start putting in your students' criteria. But still, even if we just find one or two in this quick search, it can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. So we do think that this search engine can make it a little bit easier to narrow things down, and it can possibly result in a lot of money for families. All right, now the fifth and final one is a common one, and that is Unigo. They have a list of scholarships, awards, and grants that will give you fun, unusual, academic, need-based, student-specific, career-specific, and every topic under the sun. So this website, and it has a lot of different options when it comes to looking for scholarships. You can browse through their list and add those to your students' list if you're a parent helping them build their scholarship list. Or you can use their scholarship match, which instantly finds ones that fit based off your students' criteria. So there are two different ways to use this website, and they also have a tool to compare different universities. So if you're still searching for colleges, then this could be a tool as well that could be useful. Now, comment below, what is there another website that you've found helpful, another scholarship source site? Let me know in the comments below, and I'm happy to check it out and let you know what we think about it, if we think that it is a legitimate source and worth your students and your time. So just to recap, when it comes to finding scholarships, families need to know that they're finding legitimate scholarships first, and then they need to know where to find them. So like I mentioned, make sure you're checking out that free training, because that's where I can show you exactly how to identify legitimate scholarships. And I do want to say again that actually these websites, all search engines, are our last source of scholarship searching. Instead, we use something I call the scholarship system's Google search method, and I describe that in much more detail with specific examples in the free training that we're linking to in the description, as well as somewhere here on the screen. But that free training will show you how to do your own searching and find the sources yourself, which could uncover scholarships that aren't even on these websites. But that said, I definitely don't say not to go to these websites, because there are still a ton of amazing scholarships on them. So that's why I wanted to give you a list of just a few of our favorite websites that you can use to find scholarships. And if you are a parent helping your student with this, note that we have a free app that you can save the scholarships in, so that way when they're knocking out the scholarship applications, they can just go down the list that you've saved for them. This is a great strategy to tag team the scholarship process together. So I really recommend for parents, you could do the searching, which is why you want to know these websites, and then you can have your students knock out the applications. That said, there's 5 websites. Not all of them are created equal. Some you might have to sift, some might have great criteria. However, we want to keep in mind that the easier it is to get the scholarships or to find the scholarships, the more likely they'll have more competition, but that doesn't mean that we don't want to apply to them at all. So I hope that you found this helpful. Again, hit subscribe, because every week I'm releasing a new strategy to help your student and you work towards that debt-free degree. And make sure you check out all the helpful resources I mentioned in the description. All right, again, this is Jocelyn from the Scholarship System, and I'll see you in the next video.